Hello class, I will be talking about the using quizzes for an assessment tool. It's not only used for an assessment tool. You can always you can create new lessons similar to um, Peer Deck. So I'm just going to go with the quizzes for this video, and it's really easy. Just you click on the left where it says create, you enter the name for the topic, let's say integers. That's not how you spell integers. And mathematics for the subject. You click on next. The difference between quizzes and other websites is how easy it is to create questions. So instead of creating the question from scratch, and you can create multiple choice questions, check the box, fill in the blank, poll, open-ended questions, you can just teleport questions that other people have created. So as soon as you click on the search bar there, you don't have to type integers, it just uses the title for your assessment that you're creating. I typed in integers, and it showed me a bunch of different assessments that other people had created. And one of the things that you can actually do is you can actually use the grade level, so elementary, middle school, or high school, or university. So let's use middle school since I am teaching grade 8, and it just streamlines it a little bit. You click on the assessment that you want to copy questions from. You can add certain questions. You can click on a different assessment and copy questions from there as well. So I'll copy questions from here. Okay. If you want to do something other than just integers, let's say integers, and you want to add square roots. You can also look at if you want to have different topics in there, it will show you questions that are related to the topic, and you can also add them to the same test. Now let's look at one of the things that you would want to do probably is make sure that the questions are actually correct or created correctly. Some of the authors have a lot of wrong questions and answers in there. And another thing that usually you would notice a lot of the times is people putting in their names, teachers, instructors putting in their names or the name of the class pet or some inside joke that your students would not get, most likely. So that's one thing that you would want to go through the questions carefully and make sure that um, you go through the answers and the question they ask. But let's look at this question here. For example, if I want to edit it, you can go up to edit, and you can change a few things about the question. So I notice 10 is 1. So I'm just going to add, well, I think some of my students might confuse this with like negative 10, let's say. So I just want to add that answer. You can do so just easily. You can change the question as well. You can type in something else here. And one of the things, you can add images, but you cannot add videos or audio. That is reserved for the paid members. So if you want to add a picture, you can just go to your library. I will add my sleepy baby picture. And done. So what you see on the right side is this is what the student would see. So if they're using a tablet, for example, this is what it looks like. If you want to have an explanation for the question, so this is something you can add for the correct answer, but that is, however, reserved for the paid membership. So you click on save, and that's a question that the students would see. let's create a question. One of the things that I often use are fill in the blank questions. And the problem there is a lot of the times I'm going to have to go manually and look if the student actually had made a mistake. Students often make mistakes, so they click on the wrong choice. It happens at least 2 or 3 times in a class each time we use them. Um, I don't know how to get around that. I guess that's one of the reasons why using these technologies often in the beginning of the years, usually students had make more mistakes with pushing the wrong buttons or rushing through them, not using the technology properly. Yeah, I had to have conversations about how to use the touchpad, maybe keep the mouse on top away from the selections. So that's part of getting the students to know how to use technologies properly and efficiently, which is why it's good to have these assessments with this platform. It's not foolproof, uh, which makes them learn how to use technologies better because technology is never foolproof. So it's good that they develop ways to solve problems or avoid getting themselves into making mistakes. So another thing that this ad has is you can use mathematical symbols or Greek symbols here, which is very useful for math and sciences. So let's say square root of 20, um, insert. So that would be an approximation question. So some of the answers acceptable answers we talked about is 1/10 greater and 1/10 less than what would be the best answer, so 4.5. And you can add, so if the students answered anything between 4.3 and 4.5 would be accepted by this. Still, students are going to make mistakes by writing the full sentence instead of just the answer. So you just hit save here. Um, and those would be the options that the alternatives to the major answer there, or the main one. And once you're finished, you can hit publish, and the test is published. You just have to select the grade, select grade 8, and that is it. Really easy. You can assign it as a homework, which you can set the date for when it's due, or you can assign it as a quiz, instructor-based like Quizizz, or student-based. Paste. That's it.